Hi, Newman. Hi, Jayani. Hi, Christine. Hi, Mia. Tell me if I said your name wrong, Jayani. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Ara. Hello, hello. Hi, Snowy's daughter. Your comment was so kind. Hi, Skylar. Hi, Danita. Hi, Boom. Shakalaka, shaka. Black Coronation Day. Hi, Amy. Hey, Shayla. Hi, Pearl. Yes. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. Hi, son. Hi, Ann. Y'all, y'all were so funny in my comments and in my DMs today. Thank you for the likes already so we can be shared out, y'all. Y'all were funny. The amount I had one comment, I think it was dark skinned lover girl was like, Christina, wake up right now. Tina, get up. Hi, Sagittarius. Hi, K Camp. What's up, girl? Yes, y'all, if you want to like and share the live, that would be great. We're going to be, y'all, thank you. I literally, because I'm so fucking petty. I'm petty. I wish people understood me when I be saying it, like I'm not just saying it because it's funny. I really am. I really am petty. So yeah, here I am, bah humbug. I said what the fuck I said. Thank you, Sylvia. Hi, smut me, please. Hi, Penny. Hi, Sylvia. Hey, girl. Y'all, I'm not shit. Hi, Siobhan. Hi, D. I am not shit, y'all. Hey, Kayla. I feel like hi non-light. I feel like that really just needs to be my handle at this point now. The Grinch who stole y'all delusions. No, babe, I just got on. It is so much going on in the Love Island world. You know what it is, Shayla, is that they don't appreciate the social sciences as an actual science. So people see me giving takes and analysis and they think I'm just having an opinion based on what I think about these people. You know what I mean? Or like how I feel about these people individually. Oh, Landy, I'm so glad to hear that. I was going to get on at 12, babe, but I had a client. I know. Happy birthday to Shelly. It's Shelly Day. No, I feel you. This makes me happy to be single because it's all too much. Yeah. Listen. Hi, Karen. Hi, Annabelle. Hi, Lydia. Yeah, I forgot that I had a client, Chris. K Camp, listen. Clark, at this point, I choose Pepe. Oh, that's how you feel? That's how you feel? I don't know about it. Hi, Team Candy, always. Hi, Sheila. Do she want to be free of like? I'm having complicated feelings because I would never blame a victim. You know what I mean? Like I'm never gonna blame a victim. Okay. What he's doing to her is not her fault. Let me be very clear. And I think y'all said it was Dwight. Behind every unsuccessful woman is a man. And Taylor he wants them to not be liked, not just him, to not be liked. That is so funny. I took a midday nap to prepare for today. You're so funny. Hi, Acosta. Hi, Nashi. Hi, Sim Cakes. Hi, Pa. Yeah. Kenny. Hello. Hi, Emirates. You're not right. I mean, you're not wrong. Right? Hi, Birdie Wolf. Tim, again, like for me, it's like you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to make that video with him. You got this man having you do shit. Hi, Leon. Say hi, Leo. That like, oh, Pauline, please drop him. Like, That should be my face when I be looking at him like, hi CJ, hi Dobby, and hi Ipa, hi Soul Mistress Supreme. So Emirates on Taylor's page on his story yesterday. I know it was on his story on Snapchat, I feel like. Hey Mimi, I have not been watching all the interviews, Cookie. I did see, y'all, I'm trying to keep my brain straight right now. Okay. There was a video, Taylor made a video, a Snapchat, I know for sure, with Clark when they were at Pepe's like golf thing or whatever. And then they showed like like the little thing that had like Pepe's name on it. And then Clark goes, I choose Pepe. Clark, don't piss me off. Hi, Love Note. Don't piss me off, girl. Like, please. Son, you tagged me in it. Please. And then I don't know if y'all saw, but on his I'm gonna talk about Nick Cannon because let me say something about that. Let me say something about that. But okay, so if y'all looked on Taylor's page, he had a post that he had posted. Wait, O's interview with who? Who did O interview with that I didn't see yet? Snowy's daughter, what do you mean? It was yesterday. It was when Pepe was golfing. Is that who you're asking me about? And I mostly mean her choosing that I choose. Okay, I have to go look. I choose Pepe as if she doesn't know that that was a viral sound in order to shame and demean Olandria. Like, it just, shut up. Shut up. But she, Taylor had posted a picture of like him and Clark walking down the street together. And he's like, we don't need to be liked. We just need love. Shut up, Taylor. Shut up. Because y'all as a unit are not disliked. You're disliked. But he needs her to be disliked too. That's why he got her doing that stupid shit, like making that damn video. Because he could have said it. He could have said, I choose Pepe, and then we could have just kept being on his helmet, right? He's having her do shit like that because he needs her to be disliked too. Because he needs it to be that they are disliked. Y'all, tell us where the interviews are. Are they on YouTube? Are they on... I'm assuming they're on YouTube. Not quit. Y'all, don't be telling Jules to quit his job. Okay, they're on YouTube. Okay, so Chris has an interview. Olandria has an interview. I saw that Nick Cannon has an interview with Nick and Taylor. Nick Cannon, I just want to not have to ever hear him speak. Okay, YouTube one is Vanity Fair. The other, okay, I did see part of the Vanity Fair group interview where Ace was like about people not standing on business, and that one girl was like, well, everything I said out here, I said in the villa. It just wasn't air. Girl, shut up. Because he ain't even say you, so why are you talking? Just yapping. Okay, Jules, I need to go watch it because I really don't like Nick Cannon. Amina sent me the thing and was like, so who's going to take this bullet? Who's going to take the bullet and watch it? Is Gigi? I don't think Gigi's in here. She's on another live. But she was like, is Gigi going to watch it for us? Because I can't stand Nick Cannon. I will say this about Nick Cannon. I'm going to go watch the whole thing, y'all. I'm going to go watch the whole thing. But I will say this about Nick Cannon giving the black card to, I'm going to do it for Nick, y'all. Damn. And mostly just so I can watch the behaviors. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. Okay, so yeah, Amaya and Brian are officially unfollowing each other, and she's been reposting sad girl stuff since last night, it seems like. So I'm assuming, yes, they are broken up. My thing with Nick Cannon, I'm gonna say something that's gonna shake the table, but y'all will be all right. Y'all be rocking with me for a minute now. Y'all be okay. This man giving Nick a black card is really just about them feeling like we can't let a white boy that's a white boy be with a beautiful black woman. Hi, Miriam. We got to somehow, some way fold you into the culture. Let that dubstep raving white boy be a white boy. That's okay. That's okay. He doesn't need to be in our community in order to be worthy of being in a relationship with her. And then you, sir, of all people, if you cheat, then we're going to take it back. You, sir, who are running around this country making broken homes, and you are the moral compass. I need you to calm it down. Calm it down. Not too much. Not too much. Nick doesn't need a black card. Everybody that's like, Nick is a white man, okay? And that's okay. White men can be with black women. It's okay. He don't need to be a YN. He don't need no black card. He could just be himself. Because Alandria likes that person. And that's exactly why I like him. Because he stays in his lane. Let him just be a white boy. Honestly, I would be more concerned if he was trying to fold over into our community. Now I would be feeling like, are you clout chasing? Are you just trying to appropriate? Are you trying to use this for a come up? Because no shade, all tea. It's what a bunch of y'all motherfuckers do. Miley, Ariana, wake it up. Y'all like to be down as your entry in. Kim Cat, all of y'all. So yeah. Jules, listen, we just pulling the receipts. You feel me? Listen. Hi V, good afternoon. So we're just pulling the receipts. You feel me? Listen, Ariana too. Listen, no, but she had her little moment where she was twerking and she was a hot girl, and then once she came back on her country music, it was, I'm returning to my roots now that you've acclaimed fame. Please, not too much, baby, not too much, you know. And we don't need Nick attempting to do that. Just let that man be himself. Let that man be himself. Tay Tay did it too. Post Malone, all of them. Again, y'all, we've talked about it before, right? Black people are the movers and shakers for whether they want to admit it or not. Black Americans definitely set the tone for a lot of the way culture, what is popular in culture. I know, y'all, I gotta go watch this. I'm gonna go watch the damn interview. I haven't discussed the Vanity Fair interview because, y'all, I didn't watch the whole thing. Do I need to go get my laptop and watch it? How long is it? I've just seen clips of it. I haven't seen the whole thing. How long is it? I am going to do another live, Jules. It's only 13 minutes long. Okay, y'all want to hang out while I go get it? 14 minutes? Now, are y'all saying 13 minutes and y'all rounded down and it's really 14 minutes? How long is Alandria's other interview? Okay, I'm going to go get it. Okay, y'all want to walk with me or y'all want to stay here while I go get it? Oh, we're not watching Landria's together, y'all. 30 minutes? That's a long ass time. Lena, I will be back. Yeah, I'll watch Landria's interview maybe on my own. But we can watch the Vanity Fair one together. It was boring to you, Cookie? Y'all want to walk with me? Okay. I will say, what was I saying? Shit, I don't remember now, y'all. She talked about finance and relationships. Okay, all of the group interviews are under 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, that's cute. He gave her like a nice little like entry into like who she is as a person to the world. Okay, I see that. I hear you about that. Okay, maybe I'll just sit in my office and we'll just listen to it in my office. Hold on. Okay. Oh, hers was filmed in the Hamptons. So still a bunch of these interviews are old as fuck. Do y'all know when the Nick in 3D interview was recorded? Girl, ain't nobody worried about Huda HQ. Huda HQ needs to be worried about trying to study for their first exams that are coming up. Don't nobody want to hear nothing that they got to say. Okay, so it was filmed in Atlanta. Oh, okay, so it's old as fuck too. Okay. Damn, you probably was tired. They did 2 of them in a day. That's a lot. Okay. Ugh. That's crazy to me that all these interviews are so old and now being pushed. Yeah, I know he has FOMO. He said that. Not she was falling asleep on the Vanity Fair interview. She's probably so sick of them at this point. I know that they're so glad they don't have to do any more press together. Modern Love Podcast? Who's that? Yes, Lena. I get it. Like they want to. Oh, okay. It's like if they were asking different questions, I could be more on board for that. But it's like y'all all asking the same shit that everybody been asking. Like y'all not asking nothing fresh. Don't start yapping. What are you even talking about? I don't know why it does that every fucking time. Okay, y'all want me to start with Vanity Fair? Ain't that the one where what's his Ace was clocking T? Not the Vanity Fair, the Vanity Fair interview. The little thing on the caption is, did America choose the right winners? No. And y'all know that because y'all just posted this 5 hours ago. So y'all know that. Y'all know that they didn't. Oh, they're so petty for that. Bye, Jules. We'll see you later. Okay, y'all, I'm about to play this interview. Let's listen to it.
I just hate the fact
Y'all can hear that, right?
that, nobody was standing on business while we was all there outside the villa. Now they feel like they have the confidence to talk. And for me, that's scary, in my opinion. I don't see that as standing on business.
Well, can you give an example?
Don't worry. We got the reunion.
Everything I said in the villa. It just wasn't shown on TV.
Understood.
Who do you think wasn't on the show for love?
Okay, y'all, they're petty already. The first question, they gonna hover over Brian and then go to Amaya. Don't play with me.
Everybody knows my answers to this. Zach with the K, for sure not. I mean, he used to be talking about his quote-unquote game plan behind the scenes, and the switch up was crazy. So yeah, Zach, definitely weren't in this shit for love. Glad you got voted out.
Okay, we are watching the Vanity Fair interview with Shalace, Maya, Nicolandria, and that one girl, Hubcap. Okay, and they just asked the question, who do you think was not in the Villa for Love? And they were being messy as hell. They hovered over Brian and then chose Amaya to answer. And then Amaya said Zach with the K was not in the Villa for Love. She said that he was talking behind the scenes about his game plan, which is interesting because why we ain't hear none of that before this? Anyway, it definitely was Austin. Okay, Austin was there for a summer vacation. Okay, because y'all, please.
Sorry, not sorry.
You know, the couple conversations I did have with Zach was he was trying to put his best foot forward with Amaya and trying to pursue, regardless of the back and forth.
Who made the
Okay, Ace. Ace said, nah, you're not gonna just smut on his name and he not even here. Cause that ain't what he said to me. You just feel like that because you was mad about what he had to say about you, girl. But he didn't say it like that. He said it better. You know, like more professional and shit.
the worst pancakes in the
Who
villa?
made the worst pancakes?
Oh God.
Who made the worst pancakes?
This is Shelly.
Girl, just say it. Oh, Jeremiah. His pancakes be medium rare.
Uncut pancakes.
Yeah.
It was the effort that counted.
Yeah, he made an effort. We got pancake part 1, pancake part 2. We got a lot of pancake parts. But you
Why do I just not want her to talk at all? Like, I just don't speak.
know what? He did try, so I'll give him that.
What moment from this season were you most surprised to see go viral?
I never said I was perfect. I never said I had it. I don't even remember the words. I just be talking to myself. But I was so surprised because like that's something Amaya really do. Is just
You
talk to
told me
herself.
you do that.
And then to the point where he caught me one day talking to myself. So going on social media and
You were surprised it went viral or just happy? Girl, shut up. I'm sorry, y'all.
seeing it going insane, people singing it, baby, I love it. So self-positive affirmation talks all day to yourself.
Do you know what people also loved?
What?
Opportunely.
Oh my God.
Ratatouille.
There's something wrong with my tongue. I think it's too big for my mouth, seriously. So I be fucking up my words. But you know what? Amaya Dictionary to be coming soon.
You know what's crazy?
2026.
I got so accustomed to that. The way you just said that, I didn't even register what you were trying to say.
Who had the most surprising dumping on the show?
Of course, Ace is the person to answer.
Honestly, I would say me and Shelly had the most surprising dumping. I feel like we had a really, really strong connection. I felt like this show was supposed to be about, you know, building a connection with a person, going through all the ups and downs. And, you know, me and her had did that. And when we had got dumped, it definitely was bittersweet. But I felt like our journey again ended right there when I asked her to be exclusive because I came here to get what I wanted, which was a person I can see myself being with the rest of my life.
Alandria, any thoughts on the Taylor situation?
It's weird because what y'all have seen,
Now, why they ask her that? She wasn't picked to answer. Why they making our girl keep talking about that little dun-dun-dun-dun? Like, we don't want to talk about him. Okay? Helga Space. Y'all, and y'all want to know, somebody said they want to know how Amaya got so close with Voldemort because Amaya is Voldemort. Like, I'm going to need y'all to wake it up. Go watch my video.
and what I experienced is two different things. Taylor, he's a great guy, which is why I was like trying to nurture our connection as best as I could. He always cooked me breakfast. If I was cold, he was always taking his jacket off for me, always leading me up and down the stairs. He was literally a literal gentleman. When I said I wanted a country man, he truly possessed those values. So it's just crazy being out in the real world and seeing how everything's being perceived. Because I'm not going so hard for a person if they're not pouring back into me too, you know?
Yeah.
If I would have known originally that a person was not physically attracted to me, I'm not gonna go hard for somebody that does not find me physically attractive. We could have just been friends, because I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay, you know?
That's why I also reacted the way I did
Yes.
with the whole recoupling, because we were shocked. Like, we did not see that coming at all, especially with being there and being present and seeing how
Right.
your connection is going. So, yeah, it wasn't just like, about being dramatic. It was like shocker. My
Yes.
jaw was to the floor.
What's the craziest rumor you've heard about yourself?
How did I know? Listen, in the villa, they would call me Slotherton. Okay, I moved as fast as I could to get ready.
That's not a
Bro,
rumor.
you were walking in turtle speed. Less. Like, less.
I would move as fast as I could. They called me a sloth a lot in the villa, Slotherton. Because apparently I took so long to get ready, and I would drag my feet everywhere in the mornings, and I walk slow as hell. 'Cause I don't think I moved that slow. And now I saw that I walk slow. Y'all love to do your impressions of me walking.
You do walk slow.
No, I don't.
Who is the best kiss?
Literally nobody giggled except her and Amaya. Like, girl, what about the rumor that you don't have custody of your child? Why didn't you address that one? That's not the craziest one you've heard. What about... there was crazier shit said. This is on YouTube, Ginger. Like, there was crazier shit said about you. What about that? I'm anti-black and I'm not. Like, girl, can we hear an actual rumor? Something that's not, that I was a midnight ballerina? Whatever, like some actual crazy shit that was started as a rumor about you. Tell us that. Okay. Now they want to know who was the best kisser.
Sir in the villa.
Oh, this is cute. I would have to say Nick. I think America agrees with that.
I know America agrees with that.
Who looked good together but never coupled up?
Pepe and Amaya. Yeah, I just thought they looked like good together. Like they're both physically nice to look at. So, two physically nice to look at people get together. It's like a nice couple to look
brother,
at.
you can shut it down right there. You can shut it down right there. Hey, brother, I'm right here. In case you forgot. Yeah,
if it's one thing Nick is gonna do is keep it real. Like, I don't care what anybody be saying. That boy is gonna tell you the truth of what he thinks at all times, no matter how you take it.
I think she's good where she at. Brian and Amaya are nicer to look at. Yeah. Good say.
She good where she at. No, she wasn't. Not for long, baby. She gone. She gone.
Which couple do you wish had their own room?
I just like what?
Don't be shy.
Ace and I. Because we just wanted alone time. Like, there's too much people in the room.
She was trying to keep it so cute because I know she wanted to say whoever Houdini was with. Houdini and whoever her person was with, let them get the fuck out. Or Nick and 404. Them was the answers for real. Them was the answers for real. Anika, we're watching the Vanity Fair interview with the Love Island cast.
She's amazing and she's a classy woman. That's something I really, really respect about Shelly. And yeah, I wouldn't have spent my time in that villa with anybody else but her.
I'm not gonna lie, Iris and Pepe made it hard to
That's what I was thinking.
I was never by them.
I
so
love
don't
them
even
to death,
know.
but they always.
It was OD.
I was sleeping right next to them. Always kissing. Love them so much, but they do kiss all the time. They like each other a lot, so that's what that means.
During the
See, you heard that? They like each other a lot. That's what that means. That's why she ain't had a successful relationship yet. Because she thinks that physicality means that they really in it for real. and all the ones that was hunching on each other, and there's nothing wrong with hunching, so don't misunderstand, but all the ones that was hunching on each other first before they built any sort of like emotional connection, ain't none of them together today. Huda, be quiet, girl. I have not watched the GQ or the Hot Ones interview yet. Is Nick the one that went on Hot Ones? Oh, that's not a bad theory, Londa. I felt like that was shade towards Shelly and Ace too. I don't know. I'm probably crazy. Maybe because she didn't see them. I mean, maybe it was. I just think she really is just delusional enough where she feels like physical connection, which again, a lot of people out in the real world think it too, because they was mad when I was like, nah, baby. I'm gonna watch the Nick Cannon one, but that one ain't that one long? TT. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I'm watching on here with y'all, but I will watch it.
Family visits. Who had the most attractive relative?
Very lightly.
Hi, Miss Fossa.
Oh, it's pointed right at me.
The smirk as you were doing it cracked me up.
As soon as I heard the question, I started smirking. I ain't gonna lie, your sister fire. But yeah, most attractive, I would say Hood's sister.
What? That's right.
Yeah, you all on TikTok, bro.
Alandra's mom was cool as shit too.
Right,
I'm not
cool
gonna
as
lie.
shit, yeah.
Everybody,
You heard Alandra was like, keep it cute when it come to mine. It's respect over here. Don't play. Don't play. Respectful. Don't be objectifying my mama. Okay.
Trying to shoot a shot at my sis. She got a ring on her finger, baby.
that's fine.
I know.
Oh, I have one. Pepe's mom walked in and
Oh my god, man.
Yeesh.
Nick was hitting on every woman though.
Pepe mom is really cute.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
cute.
she's
She is
beautiful.
beautiful.
Well, Pepe looks just like you.
Pepe looks just like his mom.
Pepe's cute as well, so
Pepe gonna call you after this.
that's fine.
Who would you
No, yeah, her mom is fine as hell, respectfully. Amaya definitely looked sad. Like, or not sad, but like definitely felt disturbed by him doing all that. People voted for Amaya, and they like saying that Amaya won, but really Brian won. He's the one that got the envelope. They are lucky that man chose to not incur the wrath of America by keeping all the money.
do not want to get caught in an argument with?
Oh my god, I'm good.
Why do we have to listen to I feel like we just keep getting Amaya over and over again, y'all. Am I tripping? I feel like she's answering too many questions. I need them to give us somebody else.
I would say myself. I mean, Amaya versus Amaya, baby. That's like a World War fucking 6
That's a
happening.
poetic argument.
I'm loud. The ears haven't noticed yet, so that would be a screaming match for real.
Honestly, girl, she can talk her shit.
Amaya, who would you not want to get into an argument with?
Man, I'm gonna have to give it up to Ace. Yo, Ace knew how to shut it down. He was like, hold on, like, you ain't gonna be stepping on me.
Honestly, I've always been a very, very confident person. I've never been the person to shy away from how I feel, and I'm gonna stay how I feel every single time. And I feel like I wanted to carry that into this villa, and couldn't nobody say that I didn't tell them how I felt.
Ace is just so tough.
Who are you most nervous to see at the reunion?
Nervous. That's a strong term.
Who is it?
That's you.
Oh, that's me? I don't give a fuck. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. Bring it on. Regardless of what happens with anybody, I'm cordial. And I think I can be respectful in many ways. So it's just like I would expect the same from anyone else.
I just hate.
Okay, can y'all tell that I sped it up? Is it okay? I usually listen to everything on 2 times speed, so me slowing it down is already for y'all. Is that okay? Hi, Rice. Confused vagabond. This was recorded right after they left out the villa. Okay, it's okay. Okay.
The fact that, nobody was standing on business while we was all there. And now that, people are outside the villa, now they feel like they have the confidence to talk. And for me, that's scary, in my opinion. I don't see that as standing on business.
Wait, what?
I feel like outside the villa, for people to feel like they can stand on business now, and then being back at the villa, nobody was standing on business. So
I was.
Can you give an example?
don't worry, you got the reunion, since everybody feels confident there.
I love Belandra. I was. Not me. I ain't in it.
Everything I said in the village, just wasn't shown on TV.
Understood.
Did America choose the right winners?
Yes, I do feel like America got it right, truly.
Are there any times they got it wrong?
Yes, definitely when I had Shelly in like 8th or 9th, I was like, hold on. It's my soul sister. What she doing? Why is she down there? Why y'all saying she's not genuine? So that kind of threw me for a loop. I think that's the one that stood out to me the most.
When we did the placements in the first place, it was an agreement through the villa of who was placed where. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm just going to stay here. It was like, no, we agree you should be there, et cetera, et cetera. So the difference between what we were agreeing versus America, I mean, now as we come out the villa, we see that things that are being shown was not what we experienced completely through and through. So it's just a thing of like, you know what? I only could truly care about what the islanders say versus what the world says, because they only see an hour of 24 hours in a day. And the first weekend, like individually, you're probably only seeing like 5 to 10 minutes of each of us. So
I didn't pick to be last. I put myself last because I knew that they were going to put me there anyway, so I was saving myself the walk. I knew the boys were going to put me last at that one point.
so it was like a thing of like,
Yeah,
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
that
because
versus, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like it was a sticky situation regardless, because of course it's like, damn, like why put certain people last?
Yeah,
Me and you.
they had
But
no
even when I would ask them, the people who would put me last, can you please name an example of a time where it was never stated? So I think it was just a messy, weird.
My parlay was on my being one. Let me make that clear. Before. Did I not?
Yeah, you got that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
My parlay, I
But
said,
everybody
I should
else
have put
feel
mine
like-
one. That's what I said.
Like, I don't even want to be calling out names, but Austin, I heard you say my name a lot about me going down the line. So once again, examples, can you provide a further explanation? You crickets. We heard the grasshoppers.
What do they say? They're like, tell the class.
So, yeah, I guess it's just projection.
Who has the best couple name?
Shalace. That's just incorrect. No, Shalace.
That's like an actual name, though. Ramaya? Hold on. Ramaya actually sounds like a real name, though. Ramaya?
We got a whole nation with a president and a general.
Not the president, bro. Goodbye.
I just want her to not speak. Anyway, okay. Y'all want me to watch the short. What was it, Amina? It's on Vanity Fair.
Have you ever accidentally leaked private information?
Because I just don't want to hear her speak ever. Is that so bad? First Sweet Beast. Okay. Let me put y'all right here while I pull it up. FYI, is anybody in this live that you were the ones that were like, oh, you should watch The Summer That I Turned Pretty? Are y'all in here? Identify yourselves if you're in this space, please. Who in here was telling me that I should watch The Summer I Turned Pretty? Come to the front. Come to the front. It's not even that. It's not even that, Tata. I'm just so mad that they have me watching this damn show. It is so fucking cringe. It is so cringe. Oh my God. I want to throw up every time I'm watching it. But I'm committed. I'm in it now because I told y'all I was going to watch the shit. And y'all were right. Y'all were right. I'm about to turn this. Y'all were right. The what's going on with the family and shit is very good. I'm definitely going to have some analysis, but they are annoying as fuck. I just finished season 2. Just watched the first episode of season 3. So it's coming, but y'all gonna have to see me. Cause what? Okay, anyway, let's watch the cast of Love Island on First Sweet Beast.
Let's get into it. Give a dramatic performance.
Okay, y'all can hear that, right?
Let's get into it. Give a dramatic performance of the Hideaway song. Your castmates get to decide if it's good enough to save you from a win.
No, because I feel like y'all still gonna
Eat that chicken in the hideaway.
This is 1,000.
Who do you think got unfairly voted out?
Yep, that win.
Now, matter of fact, let's hear your answer. Yeah, come on. You be messy any other time.
It wasn't bad time.
Why did Landry say, come on, you be messy any other time? Why did she say that to him? Why did she say that to him? I love it. She said, come on, say it. Messy boots. Okay.
Which couple is going to call it quits before next summer?
I'm thinking of that wing right there.
No, you can't keep doing that. No,
You gotta have fun. You gotta have fun.
it's really good. It's got a little kick to it, but it's not bad. Okay, you good.
Who do you think got a villain edit and who was let off easy? Got a
Alandria wanted to answer. Why didn't she answer? I don't like that. She wanted to answer, but then she ate the wing. Hi, K Boogie. Don't play with me.
villain edit. Shelly shouldn't have deserved that. Who was let off easy? I'm gonna be the wing for that.
And guess who didn't go yet? Y'all setting yourselves up. Oh, you, that's the eight. That's the eight.
My face vibrates. Drop some shade about an Islander in his night room. Nick can snap his toes.
Yeah.
His toes sound like this.
See, everyone shot their pose.
Exactly.
But it's not shade. It's not shade. He doesn't
though.
like people talking about that.
Which Islanders are the best and worst kissers? Best, Nick. Worst, Austin.
I'm cooked.
What's the craziest thing that went down in the hideaway?
Ooh.
Y'all seen my toes. Yeah.
Something that was kind of from a challenge that crossed the line with the Islanders.
That's a yellow one.
This one was really good, actually.
What is one thing you regret saying or did not say at the reunion?
I did think about this. I wanted to say something about our first conversation, how I know it wasn't shown the positives. It was just very short. All of us made friends that weren't shown.
Right. I think you should eat a wing today. That was so beautiful, yeah.
There we go.
Take it out about you. No, you gotta get that.
This is on First Sweet Feast. This is in their shorts. And this is Clark that was just answering about Alandria. That's interesting considering what, like 2 days ago, she just said, I choose Pepe. Girl, don't piss me off. Blip, because don't try to be cute in my face and then be weird when I'm not around. Like, just keep the energy all the time. I'm just one of them people that's like a say it with your chest type of person. If I say that shit, I'm gonna say that shit, and I meant that shit. And that don't mean I can't change my mind. I can change my mind, right? But that means I don't keep fucking moving weird when you're not in my face. Yes, Stevie. Yes, Stevie. Taylor posted a Snapchat yesterday, I think, or the day before. I think it was yesterday, where they are at Pepe's golfing tournament. And she has the little like thing, the little like lanyard or whatever. And then he shows the lanyard and he pans up to Clark and she says, I choose Pepe. And we all know that that's a play on him saying, I choose Clark, which was used all over social media to humiliate Alandria. I want y'all to, first of all, be creative. Come up with something else, number one. But number two, like, if you're going to be in my face, like, oh, you know, it just didn't show all the things, and we did have friendships, and there were positives, then, bitch, don't do that shit when you're not in my face. Don't do that. Be whatever it is, but just be that. You feel me? And again, this goes back to me saying, Taylor gonna always have her out here trying to look funny because he wants us to dislike her the way that they dislike him. So she don't even realize it though. That's about him trying to, exactly, that and Arby's. Nasty ass fucking Arby's, baby. The only thing good at Arby's is the fries and the Jamocha shakes. Don't play with me. Not Taylor and Nick will close off after the reunion. Oh, we'll be close. I thought you were asking if I thought they were going to close off like a couple. I thought you were being messy. I don't know. I don't know if I think they'll be close. Honestly, I feel like they're not that close now. I feel like Nick is just been playing it cool for a minute, and that we'll see things. I think a lot of things will be different. I think a lot of things will be different after the reunion. I think like publicly, I think a lot of things are already different and we just don't know. Thank you for the roses. K Boogie, I'm watching it on YouTube. Okay, let me let y'all finish this. Hold on.
Which Islander deserves a redemption arc and who doesn't?
Eat that wing.
Because he got the villain edit, I would say Ace.
True.
You know, I'm almost stand behind that. This is the tricky part.
Brian answered his first question, then he answered his second one, had to eat a wing.
Damn near died.
Just munch on it.
Let's wrap it up.
Y'all know a couple, right? Y'all should finish this thing together.
Come on.
Make it hot.
It's like our first kiss.
To season 7.
Kiss. Ooh. 1, 2, 3.
Hot and steamy.
All right, what do you want? Popsicle? Ice cream?
Oh, we chilling.
I got you.
You can join us back for...
I don't like how Taylor kept exactly. He kept trying to make sure that Alandria did not answer certain stuff. Cause she definitely was with it. She definitely was trying to say some shit. Oh yeah, summer camp ends tonight, baby. Summer camp ends tonight. We about to start seeing the stuff and hearing the stuff. I haven't yet. Okay, so GQ is the other one, right? Go to K Boogie, go to First Sweet Feast, and then go to their shorts. It's not a video, it's a short. Click on the shorts. Okay, GQ is only 14 minutes, so we can watch this one together. Oh, this GQ interview is from when they did the Today Show. Because that's what Shelly has on, is when they were doing that, right? Or the same day. Okay, anyway, okay. Here we go.
This?
It's a commercial, so hold on. I'm so glad, Shayla. You know what, y'all? They're going to piss me off if they edit out all the good stuff. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's going to make me angry, not surprised, but annoyed, like for sure. And hopefully what happens is if the cast sees that, they decide that they're going to come on and set some shit straight. But they also might take the approach of like, well, I already said it to the person. I can't show it, Fitness Angel, because they'll restrict the live because I'm showing copyrighted material. But you can go watch it on YouTube. But yeah. Did I change? I have not rechanged my mind about the Chalet's video. User, because they just like to argue with me in my comments as if I'm just be saying shit to say it. You know what I mean? Beatrice, so I had made a video some weeks ago now about all the couples, all of my predictions for all the couples that were still remaining from Love Island. Bramaya, Nicolandria, Shalais, Iris and Pepe, Taylor and Clark. And then I mentioned Huda and Chris, even though they weren't a couple anymore. And I had also made a bunch of videos of the Final Four before they left the villa. And people were mad though, Rachel. People were mad about my take on Shelly and Ace. And I was like, people were trying to argue me down. And I'm like, y'all are acting like I said that they're going to fail. I'm saying as a clinician, based on the things that I'm seeing and what I know about them, these are the things that they would need to work on if they are going to have long-term success. Oh, they're already sharing clothes and they're saying, I love you. And I'm like, okay, but I'm just telling y'all what I have seen. Right. And then, I was like, you know what? I'll make a whole video for y'all about Shelly and Ace. But now that we're on the fourth couple of me being right about, I called Huda and Chris. I called Janae and Kenny. I called Iris and Pepe. And I called Brian and Amaya. I'm like, you know what? I'm not saying nothing else. Because I know that I'm not just saying, it's not conjecture. Like, I'm not just saying it because, I feel a way about these people. I'm saying it because I know what I see in rooms with my clients. Exactly, Tay. I didn't even say they were going to, they just had to get defensive. Because people have like this, what it is they feel their own way about whatever they think I'm saying and what it means about them. And so then they come and they project. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing else. I said what I said. Okay, here's the GQ interview. These are answering to fans online. So this is Shelly, Taylor and Clark, Alandria, Brian and Amaya. Taylor and Clark, my assessment on them is in there too.
Do you think this year's Love Island is a representation of the current dating scene? No,
I don't think so.
Okay, can I get more insight? How is the current dating? What's up, GQ? This is the cast of Love Island USA. Today we're going undercover on the internet.
It's actually us.
Let's check X.
My question is, Dave, you go on Love Island. How do you get off work for so many weeks at a time?
Well, I work from home, so
I'm just
I didn't have to get any days off from work.
I only had a day, so I told him I had an emergency, and then by the time I got back, I don't even know. I haven't talked to him since.
So Brian went to the village. Y'all, I can't. Brian just told us, thank you. Brian just told us I ain't had no job. I had a job, but I told him I needed the day off. And then I knew I was going to be proud. So listen, this further confirms my theory that man seen that she was #1 in the Birth Share Bubble Challenge and was like, who is going to get me that money, honey? Who's going to get me that money? Because I already know I ain't got no job when I leave. Love it.
Question. Who is the Love Island Mount Rushmore? What does that even mean?
Oh, no,
Did I say Mount Rushmore?
No.
So your top 4 people from Love Island history.
Cordell Serena.
Yeah, Cordell Serena.
Molly May. I would like to throw in Janae in there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Janae.
we're good.
So I just started watching Love Island today, and I have a question. Is no one afraid of Mono on the show? Mono.
Yeah.
Okay, for real. Okay, I love that fucking give Shayla no job and spent his winnings on a Rolex. Only 18,000, but still. Y'all see, this is how I be looking in real time when I be watching shit. I'm trying to control it. Camilla.
Yes. I promise to recover.
You get tested again once you get
Literally.
Yeah.
they're really good for that.
Yeah, they don't play.
No one got sick the whole time we were on the island, which is crazy.
Yeah, they did not play about that at all.
Packing up.
Yeah, Mono, girl, what? Not Jen, don't control shit. Okay, Shayla, I have to tell you that gift is actually my baby. When he was little.
Great, let's see some YouTube comments.
Why does Amaya have a metaphor for everything?
Guys, I am a philosopher. And I swear, I'm just very poetic, so that's like one of my biggest hobbies, writing poems, so I just be saying.
Shorty from Brooklyn, she freestyles everything.
I love it.
My intrusive thoughts always win, and I just be speaking my mind. So I feel like my mom is going to grill Brian, so he better have the barbecue sauce ready.
How you come up with this?
And guess what? He did have the barbecue sauce ready.
They keep making Amaya speak because ultimately she's the winner, but like, y'all know she's not the star. Stop playing with me. He said he was going to spend $50,000 on a Rolex, investments, and donate to charity. Does he know how far that goes? It's giving, I ain't never worked a real job in my life before.
Come on, let's have a cool. Next. How must it feel to be like normal one day and then so famous you're throwing the first pitch for the Red Sox? Oh, that was a childhood dream. That was probably top 3 months ever in my life. My parents were there. My mom met Amaya the day before. And she met my 2 best friends that day too. So that's crazy.
It was really wholesome, and also like spending that quality time with his family, friends, and him. And I feel like we did good for 5 minutes of practice.
Yeah.
Like, they got, finally, my long arms come into use.
Yeah. Ace saying he's 5'10" kills me. LMAO. How tall is he?
Ace said he's 5'10".
He's 5'10". You're really 6'6", to be honest with you.
On a good day, for real. So you heard him.
I wonder what it was like for them to all meet. Also, kind of wonder how Landry felt about the couple name reveal, Nicolandra, LOL. I was taken aback. I didn't even know that was a thing. And to know that Nicolandra became a thing like on day 2, I was so shocked. Because even when I picked Nick, I thought America was going to be upset with me. So I was like, I don't know how they're going to feel about this, but it makes me feel good. So when our parents came in, it was like, we support this, we've been supporting this, America supports this, and they already shipped you guys. I'm like, what? So it was a good feeling. So no movie night, shaking my head.
The sound business
Was enough.
Hi, Huda. Not that Huda, y'all. Okay, yeah, Cookie, I'm gonna have to go watch. Where is Chris's interview at? Like, who is he interviewed with? Yeah, thanks, y'all, for liking the live up. Like the live. It's over 200 people in here. I know it's a jump scare, but we love that, Huda. The other one is Hubcap.
Thank you.
I've been staying on base, divided the house a couple of days, we ain't need no movie night. Stay the hell nah. Post it.
TikTok.
I wonder what the most fun challenge was. I know for me, the most fun, what is up there? Shelly and Ace with your beef challenge. Oh my gosh, we did the milk. Ew, that was not my favorite, but I think the most fun was, for me, was like the 4th place challenge. Like, I think that was so cool.
Yeah. Mom was with the baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
the baby
gosh,
challenge.
yeah,
That's the top one. And then
That was funny.
I sometimes forget that they do not hear music. Yes, they do during challenges. They play music through the speakers. No, they don't. The answer is no, they don't. This is pure silence and our own screaming and clapping for one another. We have to hype each other up to feel, like we could get through the challenge. Like this little clip right here, we were dancing to them singing to us. Actually, the song that we made.
Yeah.
Eat that kitty, eat that kitty, eat that kitty in the highway. Other than that, no music. Yeah. Post it.
At Clark, I need your tips on making long distance work because it never worked for me. Communication.
Clark, don't answer this question. She's about to piss me off. Dark skin leopard girl, I've only been on here for an hour. Don't piss me off, Clark, because your answer is, I don't know because I'm about to move in with him. That's your answer. Is I've been up under this man since I left the villa, so I don't know. What distance? The distance between a bathroom and a bedroom? Girl, don't piss me off. Okay. It's fine.
For sure. Making sure that you're on the same page with your partner, reassuring one another.
The big part of it is communication, and even if I don't want to really, go out there to go see her like I have to, I still be able to be flexible with your time.
I've been on a horse, but not with no saddle by myself in the neighborhood at night. I was scared at first, but it's not as hard. Or maybe I'm a natural. Hey. I don't know. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Yours looks so cute.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Let's check Reddit. I, female 26, don't watch a ton of reality TV, but my girlfriends have gotten me into the last few seasons of Love Island. Recently, my boyfriend, male, he's 26, of 2 years we live together, has been getting increasingly annoyed with me watching. He makes it clear he has no interest in watching or even being around it. He ended up saying that I'm dismissing his feelings and that he can't fathom why someone in a relationship would watch a admittedly sexual reality dating show. I say that's not why women watch it. We watch it because it's entertaining, funny, lighthearted, drama, etc. So I'm wondering, am I the asshole for telling him that he's being judgy and controlling?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, like that. If you don't like it, what does that mean? You say if it's not your cup of tea, then don't drink it. Like, let her do her thing. Like, we were entertaining and we were having fun. I would watch us too.
It's like, damn, Shorty can't watch TV.
That's your favorite show. That's crazy.
No, that's insane. You are not the asshole.
Reply.
Short call, you're funny.
It's being Love Island as hard as it might look. It's harder than it looks. It's way harder than it looks.
A day could equalize to 4 days or 5 days. That's why
Super long.
it's so intense in there, and that's why sometimes certain relationships just takes off because it's really is longer.
No, for sure. And you have to realize, when you're in a villa, you have no time to process emotions.
Yeah.
Which is why people's emotions are always all over the place. That's why every dumping looks like we're grieving. Or
Right.
you have a funeral, we're crying. Literally.
They're like, oh, she's acting like he's gonna set off. And I'm like, bro, that's not how it felt. I never see him again.
I think people don't realize the sacrifice that goes into it too. Like you got your comfort blankets there, you got family, your best friends, you're in a house full of strangers. And that's why we got so close.
Yeah, all we had was each other.
Exactly.
How are contestants in their spots picked? We ain't asked for this.
This is the GQ interview with Tark, Kaylor, whatever the fuck their ship name is, Shelly, Bramaya, and Olandria.
Did not ask to be Casa people.
Yeah.
You know why they're good questions? Because they're from the fucking public and not some random ass interviewer who just, anywho.
Honestly, it's not up to us. It just happens how it happens. We have no say in any of that.
I think it's just based on your personality, honestly. Like, if you have a strong personality, you don't mind stepping on toes, more than likely you're going to be a bombshell or a Casa person. If you have a personality that they think America's going to gravitate towards immediately, you might be an OG person and keep them interested,
Alandria said, maybe you're just not liked. She said, you don't have the personality to be an OG, boo.
They have a certain personality test.
Literally,
so
yeah.
Get deep into who they think you are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That determines where
Yeah, so much thought goes into this.
I'm not the type of person to step on toes. So when I ended up being
I was shocked when I met y'all. I was just like,
it didn't give no Casa.
Yeah.
We don't really identify mental health.
Taylor, what's that girl's name? Clark is still so sad about being a Casa girl. It is what it is, boo.
Here's Love Island as a representation of the current dating scene. No,
I don't think so.
Okay, can I get more insight? How is the current dating?
Yeah, being on the outside, you can go somebody or someone. Like I said, you argue with somebody, you're gonna sleep next to them. Emotions are there.
Yeah, 100%.
Does anyone ever wonder?
Okay, what Taylor doesn't realize, right? Y'all saying he ain't got no personality, he ain't giving nothing. Sean Dom, this is the GQ interview. The reality is the only reason why Taylor was an OG is because they were begging Olandria to come and they thought that she would be into him. They thought that he would be her type. So even in him being picked, it wasn't for him. Always gonna be secondary to a little bad bitch, okay? No.
For the slime stuff is made of. The way they be getting in the mouths and everything. I don't know what's that slime stuff is made of. Like, especially like during that baseball challenge at second base, it wasn't slime, but it was slime. It was like we got in the shower after and you got back slimy. I don't know what it was. That was some good slime. Like,
right. And also too, I mean, they always made it clear to us that everything was safe. So it wasn't like we were gonna like die if we ate it or got it in our mouths. But yeah, we don't know what it's made of.
Let's go on Instagram.
Did they all expect to walk out of this season with a bunch of new best friends? Yeah, I think when I was coming onto the show, I definitely wanted a partner, but I also wanted to make some genuine, great friendships. So I kind of expected that.
100% agreed.
Next.
How did her voice change so drastically? It was definitely because of the weather in Fiji, and also, as everybody over here know, I will scream for anything. When I saw a grasshopper, a fly, during like just excitement, that's how my voice changed. But the vocal cords are resting, and I've been drinking my warm tea, so it's coming back.
I think it's so much finer now than it was at the start. Thank you, Landry, for your stuff. I wonder if Landry gave Nick any styling tips. But I did not give Nick any styling tips.
That's a Landry effect.
What can I say? I think he's just cute. I let him do him. If that's how you want to express himself, and I'm going to be there to support.
I see this question. Do I think, yes, y'all, please like the live. Had Taylor not dogged her out, do you think he and Landry would have coupled up and lasted? I don't actually think that they would have lasted. Confused Vagabond. I think that it was only so long before Alandria would have clocked some things and she would not have tolerated certain behaviors. I just don't think that she has the presence that he could actually exist with in the real world. And I'm watching this on YouTube.
I still don't know how they got voted off. I wonder if they talk about how that felt or if they're just busy being genuinely in love. We're busy being genuinely in love. That's right. I think us leaving together was one of the best things that happened. Like, we got to get to the real world real fast and see that our connection is just as genuine inside the villa as it is outside in the real world. So we don't talk about it because once we walked out, we're like, yes, like, Cora.
How do I get on Love Island? Apply. Put the application in.
The show was already airing when I was at home, and randomly I got a DM saying, would you be interested in being on Love Island? Are you single? I was like, I'm hella single. And I was like, yeah, why not? And within a week, I was already in Fiji. To get casted for Love Island, check your DMs.
They're in there.
Post content.
We're listening to the GQ interview of the Love Island cast after the Today Show. The people that were there for the Today Show, except for Nick, they're all filming for the GQ interview.
Yeah. If you were to be on a reality TV show, which one would you be on and why?
The Challenge, I love competition, and Dancing with the Stars.
I love dancing. I love that.
Onto Wikipedia.
While the Islanders might appear to have unmediated access to the outside world, they are limited in both their alcohol consumption and communication with the outside world.
That is facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, sexual. Every day, this girl was like, I need my second glass of wine. All the time. And that was Amaya's go-to every day.
I didn't mind buying the bottle. Second glass.
Yeah, we can't see phone calls to our parents.
I asked. It don't happen.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we couldn't say happy birthday or nothing.
Right.
We couldn't say nothing at all.
That was tough for me.
Yeah. On June 13, 2025, it was announced that there will be a reunion airing on August 25th, and Love Island Games will air on September 16 on Peacock, hosted by Ariana Madix. Yeah, that's a real team. Yeah. The reunion is hosted by Ariana Madix and Annie Cohen. There's going to be a lot of things cleared up and just a lot of things addressed in the mailbox. So, yeah, definitely tune in. I was excited for the reunion. I was excited to see everyone all together once again, and I was also just excited to address some people.
I'm not gonna lie, when I was going into the reunion, I felt anxious. Because I had a few people that I needed to address, and I was just hoping I could hold it together to do that. So afterwards, I did feel lighter, and I did feel much better.
And you held it down.
Thank you.
I was very excited about the reunion. I know I was excited about my outfit, and I wanted to see everybody else's outfit and looks. I also just wanted to see how everyone was doing. Like, you know, we all just came out the villa back into the real world where everything was going crazy. And also just having those conversations, gaining clarity on what was happening post-villa, or maybe even things that we've seen in the show and stuff. So really just finally clearing the air and just being done with whatever was left floating around.
Yeah. So I haven't watched the show yet, but I have seen TikTok clips, and I feel like that's been sufficient enough. But there's some episodes that I'm definitely also want to watch.
Yeah, I haven't gone back and really watched it. All I've seen was TikTok clips between me and Maya.
In the future, I probably won't watch Love Island. I like the version I have in my head, because it was my reality all summer, so yeah.
Okay, that's it from us.
Okay, so we heard it from Alandria. She will not be watching. She has no desire to go back and watch it, which, you know, hey, she's entitled to that. I haven't read the article yet, BB, but I'm happy to. Y'all, that was a lot. I'm so glad that at this point, though, Hilga's not doing any more press with them. So we don't have to endure her any more than we have to. Like, you would have to be a fan at this point to see any more stuff from her. Let me put my background back on. I'm about to go back to my bedroom. Yeah, so what do y'all think about, oh, hold on. Okay, so what did y'all think about these interviews? I think ultimately I understand why she would not want to watch it. I think I'm so glad. Do I think big brands will align themselves with Hubcap? And why isn't Honda doing more press? I feel like Honda is unsure of how she'll be perceived by the public. She has 5 million fans, but I think I was going to give her actually the benefit of the doubt. So I don't know actually if she has good enough sense to know that her fans are mostly children. But if she does realize that her fans are predominantly children, she probably realizes to some extent that, yeah, Dobby, apparently her management team is like based in the UK, people were saying. I don't know if I think that big brands will align with her, honestly. I know that like Huda Beauty did, at one point at least do something with her. And I know that, what was the other one? Too Faced. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know who's Polly? Is that like another makeup brand? I don't think that she's marketable in the way that they thought she would be. Okay. I think that we might see her just go back into like the gym space. Hi. And hi Natalie, hi Keb. I think that we might see her go back into like the fitness space. And I think that's a good space for her because she can mostly be quiet over there, right? And it can be very edited to what she wants it to be. She wants to be a singer. I know for sure. They said that she was like shopping around or like talking with a couple of different record labels. Again, it's all about risk. And it's not that, again, people are very fickle and people's memories are short. And so Ebony, yeah, somebody asked if I thought that she would get pulled in by big brands. People's memories are short and they are fickle. And so they absolutely could do a sanitizing and people would be like, they would forget all about it. Yes, she actually does sing and she sings pretty well. That used to like be her thing. You know what I mean? So like, you know what? But that's because Krishan went and became a super Christian. And I just don't think that she's ever going to excel in that lane in that way. Not Toxic Theater Kid. Yeah, she used to do a lot of things. I mean, we know she's a little Disney princess, right? Because that story that she told on that one podcast about how she was like, I just don't think you all are that funny. I don't want to be your friends anymore. Was definitely given Disney movie. Like, girl, that shit did not happen. Shut up. Like, please, girl. Please. That did not happen. Please. And I think, you know, the reality is that she said it in her Call Her Daddy. Yeah, Krishana's a Christian now. She said it in her Call Her Daddy interview. It was giving too much Disney script. It was giving like, you know, y'all know I'm a millennial. It was giving, she was watching early 2000s, you know, teen rom-com movies, you know, coming of age stories, like, and then she thought she would act it out in the Call Her Daddy podcast as like her part of her life experience. And I'm just like, no, baby. No, I don't think that happened. I don't think that happened. At least not like that. You know, oh, y'all, we got to 50K. Shout out to y'all. Wait, the last you heard, she... Okay, y'all, can we talk about the reunion tonight? Or do y'all want me to talk about their interviews? I mean, ultimately, I feel like it's so obvious, right? That clearly Honda Civic is smug, right? And it's going to continue to be that way. And okay, yeah, let's do reunion talk. Okay, she's smug. She's going to continue to be that way. I do not think that Huda, I actually did not think that they would make it public before the reunion because I thought that they would be obligated to not do that. So I thought that we were going to hear it at the reunion or very shortly after. I thought that they would be like contractually obligated to not say anything. And what I heard actually from a mutual is that they were contractually obligated, but that they chose to do it anyway. Ebony, is she really sad? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. Okay, let me not be an asshole. Let me. Let me think about what I want to say. Okay. Part of me wonders if she is truly sad or if she is performing for us again, like how she did in the villa. And not because I think she can't be sad, but I'm wondering how sad she actually is or how much of it, thank you, husband, how much of it is a performance. You know what I mean? Like, we saw her in the villa go for the empathy of us. You know what I mean? Oh, Andisha, we're talking about Amaya. I did. I've called, at this point, y'all, I called Huda and Chris. I said they won't even last 2 seconds out of the villa. They didn't make it out the villa. I told y'all that Janae liked Kenny more than he liked her. I told y'all that Iris and Pepe were a summer fling, and I told y'all that Brian and Amaya would break up either we would hear it at the reunion or very shortly after. And so I watched her really kind of use, they both have unfollowed each other, Confused Vagabond, and she is definitely, watch her repost. Her reposter, I gotta leave him alone. And, you know, when you realize you just gotta let it go. And when you're sad and blah, 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 blah. I know you didn't. That's okay. I swear, y'all, it really is my job to sit in a room with couples all day long. Hi, Jamila. To sit in the rooms with couples and look at their body language and listen to what they're saying and to make some assessments as to what is the best course of action for them as a couple. So when I be saying what I be saying about the couples, y'all, it's not just because I like have an opinion that I just pulled out my ass. You know what I mean? Like, I really am looking at this shit and making some assessments based on the things that I'm saying. And I'm almost 40. Like, I'm almost 40. I already have. They're in my video. People keep asking me for the lotto numbers. Y'all, if I could retire myself, I would. If I could retire myself, I would. Period. Period. Put some respect on my student loan debt. The only people left are Shalace, Nicolandria, and Tark. I like calling them Tark because I think it sounds so ugly. And y'all, I will say this, like, yes, I am a therapist by training and by trade, but I've always been a person that read people. I've told y'all this before. Like, I would look at people when I was a kid and guess what kind of jobs they had, whether or not they were married, if they had kids. I had a woman one time, random story. I had a woman one time when I was doing jury duty for the first time ever in my life. And I told her this, like, oh, I read people. And that's cute. Thank you. I'm a hater. I'm a hater. And I told her what I thought I told her what I thought about her just from looking at her. I just met this woman for the first time. I'm like, I'm sure you probably do this type of job. You probably are married with this. And I just told her about herself, and she was like, how do you know that? That's weird. And I was like, I just told you how. I read people. My big three as far as like the couples. I know. That's why I just be laughing at them, y'all. The Vanity Fair Emma interview, we just listened to it together. It was interesting. Not like anything shocking. I don't only see couples. I also see individuals. There literally are only 3 couples at this point. So, yeah, like, I haven't watched the Nick Cannon one because I don't like him, but I'm going to because y'all want me to. Reunion predictions. Chris might do his big one. I've said before, and I'll say it again. I do think that Jeremiah will end up being like the standout star for the person that really comes and like shocks people because of how much of a backbone they're going to see that he has, because people felt like he didn't have one all season because of how he allowed, Hilda to engage with him. But to me, as a clinician, I really read that as emotional maturity and as someone that really likes to think their things through before they speak. And so I do think that he's had enough time outside of the villa where he's going to have been able to do that, and he's going to come in and be able to say what he needs to say. Charlie is ridiculous because don't speak unless you're spoken to. Yeah. I think Ace is gonna say some things. I think Ace, honestly, y'all, if I'm really honest, here's how I see the Ace and Shelly rocking out in the interview. Or in the Nick Cannon had an interview with Taylor and Nick. Here's how I see Ace and Shelly at the reunion. Ace is hurt. That's what people don't acknowledge. They see the big energy on the top, but Ace's fucking feelings are hurt. He's angry out loud to everybody because that's the easiest emotion to touch. And it's a protective emotion. Because to be sad would mean that I have to be willing to be vulnerable and transparent and trust you with that very tender part of myself. And as of right now, nobody has proven that they're trustworthy of that. So what people see is this big, explosive, but you just got, look in the eyes. I tell y'all all the time, look at their eyes. Look at their eyes. That's where you're going to see a lot of the data. And like, not to like be really weird to y'all or nothing, but like I truly feel things in my body when people feel things in their bodies. And I know people like to call that being an empath. I would say like a lot of that is trauma when you have to anticipate how other people around you are going to feel. But I do it with my clients in sessions. And they be like, how do you know that? And I do telehealth sessions. And we'll be talking about something and I'll be like, yeah, I'm noticing that I have like a strong feeling in my chest. I wonder where you feel this in your body. Yeah, it feels like this. Yeah. Like I can feel so when I watch him, I can see there's a lot of stuff in that chest and in that gut area, which is identity and heart. He's hurt because he feels misunderstood. My opinion has not changed, Huda. I think that they have a lot of, regarding Ace and Shelly, they have a lot of potential to do well. There are some things I think they need to pay attention to if they're going to be successful long term. I think he's hurt about being mischaracterized in some ways in the villa, right? I think that Ace definitely was saying what the hell he wanted to say and popping his shit. And I know that some people, he wasn't the only one. He's just the one that got the most shit about it and that got pushed on us as the public the most. And so he feels mischaracterized. I don't think that Hannah and Pepe will get back together because Hannah unfollowed him too. Mama's Truth, I do think he expected to be a fan favorite because that's the life that he lives outside of the villa. Right? He is a beloved internet personality with like lots of followers, right? So why would he expect that he would go on TV and experience anything different than that when he feels like who he is a person that should be loved? He feels like his personality is one that would make people like him and love him, right? So he could not believe that they were representing him in a way that would show it differently. Somebody asked me to say more about what I meant about the eyes. You can watch, like with Hilga, right? It's not just like she does a lot of her mouth and her eyes. I don't know how to explain it, y'all, but you can like see a sadness in the eye. You can almost see, if you just pay attention long enough, not that I like feel like you just need to like be practicing this all the time. You don't have to like anticipate all the things. I will talk about that for you, Tori. But like, you can almost see like the watering of their eyes and like when they're holding it, when they're catching it. I can almost like, I guess, maybe sometimes I don't appreciate the skill that I have because sometimes I can quite literally watch people swallow it back down. Hilga, from what I see in her eyes, she dissociates a lot. Okay, yes, Anaya. She goes somewhere else a lot. Ace, a lot of sadness when it comes to this story. And then that sadness becomes like anger because it's like, how fucking dare y'all? You know what I mean? Yeah, she was dissociating a lot. Tori wants to know what I think about the age gap between Shelly and Ace. That has been a hot topic on my page because when I brought it up, they was crying in my comments, Tori. 5 years is not a big deal. It's because of where the 5 years are. Yes, I mean, I will repeat that. So developmentally, when I'm thinking about whether or not I can see them getting married, like being long-term forever, that 5 years being where it is where the like, I feel like they need to like sit down and have conversations with somebody and work through some really important topics. I don't actually think about Hilga, if I'm perfectly honest. So I don't really have any thoughts about her and her new man. So when it comes to Shelly and Ace, exactly, Fitness Angel. So when we come to Shelly and Ace, as someone that was married very young, y'all, who you are when you are 20 something is different than who you are when you are 30 something, right? So if they were 27 and 32, it wouldn't feel as like, whew, for me, right? It's because they're 22, well now 23 and 28, right? So they need to, well, Beatrice, should she if he's allegedly a cheater? So for me, it's because of where the 5 years are. Because of where the 5 years are, because of the fact that he also has not ever had a girlfriend. That is that developmental stage. And yes, 27 to 30, especially for women, is a very transitional stage. You really start stepping into different ways of understanding your womanhood. So I think, again, they could be fine, but they're definitely going to have to talk to someone. It's because of where the 5 years are. Yes, Hood, I see your question. Nick and Alandria, I've said this and I will say it again. When I think about the couples that I've worked with that have been the most successful, they have the foundation and the recipe for that success. Tori, great question. If the genders were reversed, I would still be concerned, but in different ways. I would be concerned because 22 is still very young, especially for a 27-year-old man. I would be wondering why he could relate. And I know that they're 23 and 28 now, y'all. Okay. But I'm talking about from where they were in the village. I would be concerned as to why a 27-year-old man could relate to a 22-year-old girl. Again, same with Shelly, right? But I also know that women are forced to step up mentally and emotionally a lot faster. They are taught and they are raised and they are cultured to show up in relationships. Like they're taught how to be in relationships from a pretty early age. So I would have the same critique as far as like they should probably talk to somebody. Yeah, Tay, my husband is 10 years older than me. We got together when I was 25. Even a year earlier, I wasn't ready. Yeah, so it's because of where it is. It's not even the number itself. It's because of where the number is at. So we'll see how they do, you know. But that's like something that I do think that they need to pay attention to and that they should talk to someone about, because I didn't love the way that their communication was in the villa either. Beatrice, and that's the other thing that I think will come into play, right? Is that she is now 28. If she wants to have children, he's going to need to be ready maybe sooner than he wants to be. And so that might be a thing where, again, I don't necessarily feel like if they break up, it's going to be because he was a dog, you know, but it just may not work, and that's okay. That happens. And this is what I was telling somebody today, like, this is what happens when we need to reframe the way that we understand failure. Because is it really a failure if you were loved and appreciated and held and cared for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Like, it's okay if things end. That is okay. That's not failure. It's just time for something different. That's okay. Success is not only defined by permanence. And so, yeah, I think people should redefine the way that they even understand that part of it. Exactly. Yeah. Am I taking on new clients? I'm not, y'all. I'm not taking on any new therapy clients. Thank you, Unapologetic. Okay, Hilga, you asked me, what did you ask me again? Sorry, Huda. You're not the other one. Huda, what did you ask me again? Sorry. I'm so accustomed in my brain to flipping those two. Thank you so much. Okay. Hi, P. Okay, so I definitely see Shelly and Ace as like, again, I see them as like a long-term, they're going to have a really beautiful, let me answer Amina's questions real quick. What did Taylor do at the Pepe golf situation? They were at the golf tournament. That one girl, Clark, had the lanyard on with like Pepe's name, and he shows the lanyard, and then he pans up to Clark, and she says, "I choose Pepe." That's what they did. And then he posted that on social media. The same day that he posted about how they don't need to be liked, they just need to have love. So yeah, that's what happened. And she gotta not let that man be her downfall. I think it's hard. I get it, you know, but like, exactly, Violet. He wants us all to dislike her because we dislike him. And so he needs them to be disliked together. He doesn't have her best interest in mind. They posted that, I think, yesterday, Athena. I saw it yesterday, so I feel like it was yesterday because it was in his stories, and those disappear. So, Huda, I think that Shelly and Ace are definitely like a long-term, beautiful, happy relationship. I don't know if I see them getting married. It really just depends on how they navigate those things that I think are the areas for like a place of work. I do think that they have the recipe. Hi, AV. I do think that they have the recipe. There are just some things that they need to address. Otherwise, I see them being a very like happy long-term relationship. But if they don't address those things, I could very easily see some burnout happening emotionally on Shelly's side, where they won't be able to get past some things. And that'll be that. So we'll see if they are in it to like win it, then I think they will get the help that they need when they need it, rather than trying to put it off. Sometimes that happens with couples. They'll put it off until somebody's like, I want to leave. And then they go to therapy as like a last ditch effort. Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully they don't do that. And then when it comes to Taylor and Clark, I've said before, I definitely could see Taylor and Clark getting married. I could see them at least getting engaged. I could see them making some posturing to the public about how serious and committed they are, because I do think at this point, and we see this continually with Taylor's behavior, him positioning them against us as the public. And so I could see them doing some things, doing some posturing in order to try to tell us as the public, you're wrong about us, right? I will say that she did have a physical reaction when marriage was brought up on the Today Show. You can go watch it. But I definitely think that they might want to prove a point. It's explicitly him. I think explicitly him. And one of my subs said, I believe it was one of my subs, I feel like it was Jules maybe, said that they hope not, but that it could definitely, they could definitely see him attempting to baby trap her. And I hope that that's not true. But an abusive man, I could believe that. I hope she's getting birth control without him knowing. I hope she got an IUD or something and shit. You know what, Amina? Yep. We'll see what he does. We'll see what happens. Will he go back to school? Is he going to try to do this? I mean, he has said that he does like miss his regular rodeo life. Who's saying what, Shara? So we'll see. When it comes to what are they saying, y'all? When it comes to Nick and Alandria, yeah, I do think that they have the recipe. She is a behavioral health specialist. I remind everybody when they tell me that, because I don't think everybody knows this. There is, y'all, if there's Shelly, like, you can dislike things about Shelly, but you don't have to be a Shelly hater. And we're not going to pit them against each other, y'all. I will address that in just a second. Base freestyle. What was I saying? Oh, behavioral health specialist. You can do that job with a bachelor's degree in psychology. And so a bachelor's degree is great information, but it is very surface level information. And so she's not really like honed in, like specialized, where she might be able to identify some things in their dynamic. She has more of like a brief overview of psychology, if that makes sense. She's a behavioral health specialist. And this can look like lots of things. It really depends on like where you're working as to like what that actually entails. Like you could just be an intake coordinator where what you do is you talk to the person as they're coming into the hospital and then get them to someone that actually is more specialized. You know what I mean? Clark is a behavioral health specialist. Yeah. So there's lots of ways that can look. That is a very common job for new graduate psychology majors. It's not specialized. Yes. So I want y'all to like, even though she has that degree, it doesn't mean that she can see all the things that's happening. Do I think that Amaya was complicit in the farce relationship or she's really hurt? I think that girl was in it too, Nurse Brain. I think she knew some things, whether she wanted to admit that she knew them or not. And because I think more than one thing can be true at a time. And I do think she really wanted love. I think she really did want it to be something, but I think she also did know that that's not what that was. What do I think of Shelly and Alandra's relationship? I think mostly that it's not really my business. I feel like mostly, here's what I mostly think about their relationship. Mostly what I think about their relationship is like, I don't know how they define friendship. I don't know how. I'm not watching the reunion on my live, Tori. I'll be on someone else's live. Connection Queens. I will repost her. Actually, if you go to my repost on my page, there's a repost with Janae as the picture. That's the profile that's going to stream it live. mostly what I think is I don't know how they define friendships. So this may be appropriate for how they define friendships. In my personal life, regardless of their friendship, I just don't align with certain people. Oh, I have no idea, Grace. I don't align with certain ideologies, and so I couldn't be friends with people that had them. Period. Whether they was being funky with my friend or not, just because of how you move in the world, I wouldn't align with you and I would not be your friend. I don't know if they have two different opinions on friendship, actually, because I think if they did, then that would be maybe a little, just because Alandria uses different language doesn't mean that they have like two different understandings, you know, like that. Just, I think we listen to Alandria a lot, just use the language that she has available to her. I did see the video of them at the club last night. And so, like we heard her say she want a cowboy. Oh, that's not actually what she meant, right? But that was the language that she had, right? Oh, I want to live in the South. Oh, that's not what she meant, but that was the language that she had, right? So I can see her saying that's a language that she has to describe the depth that she feels and the connectedness that she feels in that relationship. And Shelly has also said, like, you're not getting rid of me, right? And so their language just may be different. I also think something that's important to name about those two, right, is that I agree, Shakran, that some people are asking out of genuine concern and some people just want to pick at it. I think it's valid to say, like, and I think, again, y'all, when we talk about these people, it really should be about like examining your own life. Like, I made a video for my subscribers where I was like, y'all, I'm working this out in real time as I'm like making this video about Shelly right now. Like, I'm literally thinking it through, like, as I'm talking to you. It really just goes back to, like, you know, what are the lines that we have in our lives? What are our non-negotiables? What are our boundaries? And are we really holding people to those things? While we're looking at Shelly and Alandria, it's really about, okay, so why is this making me feel away? What does this mean about what I need to examine in my own life? You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, is I feel like Alandria, that's what I was going to say. I feel like Alandria talks the most about Shelly because that's really the only person she felt close to in the villa. So that makes sense to me. Whereas Shelly might have felt like relationship with multiple people. I don't think that Alandria feels that way. And so I'm actually not that shocked that Alandria only ever speaks about Shelly. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I think we would have seen her talking about Honda Civic if Honda Civic hadn't came out and acted like she did. And honestly, I'm glad that Honda Civic came out and acted like she did because she wasn't that girl's friend. You know, she's close to Amaya, but what does that really mean? Yeah, I think that Alandria did have a much narrower range of people she was close to. And I think exactly to MK's point, Amaya is aligned with Honda Civic. And so I think that Alandria is only going to let her in so close when Hula Hoop, who betrayed her the way that Hula Hoop did, right? She's only going to let her in so close, right? And I know that we could say the same thing for like 404 or 3D because we know that Shelly has claimed to be close to both of them. But I will say that when it comes to 404, it was a post, right? It was a post. She wasn't necessarily, do I want to say that? I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong, y'all, because I don't really keep up with 404, but I haven't really seen 404. Does she even have a fan base? Number one. But I really haven't seen them be as blatantly anti-Black and violent to Alandria because for a long time, remember, 404 and Alandria were they were in a trio according to the public. So what Alandria's issue is with Hula Hoop's fan base and her not saying anything, yeah, I'm talking about Side Barbie, is different than what her issue is with 404 and 3D, if that makes sense. That might feel more like, oh, I can personally have my feeling about you, whereas Honda Civic's entire fan base is having an issue with Alandria, and Honda Civic continues to not say anything. And so she might be very much so keeping her distance because Alandria is conscious about anti-Blackness and racism and misogynoir, right? So I think she keeps Amaya at arm's length because of how close she is to Hubcap. Amaya is currently trying to get her next viral saying whenever we see her. I know, and it's really cringe. I need her to stop. I need her to stop. I think that Andy Cohen was actually really annoyed by that on Watch What Happens Live. Yeah, her Side Barbies fans actually made me feel very unsettled in my body. Like, it actually made me sad for her because it did not feel safe. When your fan base are people that are not your age range, that are men, yeah. Yes, at the bar on her TikTok. To me, it just felt like, oh, I hope she has people around her that are very safe. That are very safe. Not Shrek-Con, they were paid actors. They couldn't find more attractive ones that were in her age range. I don't know if I think that a lot of people won't pick sides between Iris and Pepe. I think a lot of people won't pick sides. Mama's Truth, she did name Amaya as someone that she stayed close to on Watch What Happens Live. I don't know that, Kayla, I hear you about I want Iris and Alandra to be good friends. They both are sweet girls. I don't feel 100% certain about Iris's politics and where she aligns about things. And so I would want to know more about that before I hoped for that friendship with her. I'm not unfollowing Pepe, to be honest. I knew he was 304 from jump. Yeah, with the fact what Hannah had to say about TJ, and then the fact that Iris was coupled up with TJ, I don't know where she aligns on certain things. And so I wouldn't presume that she's safe in that way. Yeah, a lot of people think that Iris had a thing for Nick. Clock It Love Note 89. Iris has surrounded herself with people who look like her. There is no diversity in that friendship. Hi, Jasmine. Happy reunion day. People want to ship Iris and Nick because they just really need Nick to not be with a black woman. This is what I was going to say about that Nick Cannon interview, y'all. The clip that I saw where Nick Cannon gave, I already told y'all, where he gave Nick that black card. They just can't let her be with a white man. It's weird. It's weird. They need to fold him into black community to make it okay in their minds that he's with a black woman. The man likes dubstep and going to raves. Let him be a white boy. He don't wear, we just got the boy to put some socks on. Let him live. Okay? Because y'all know black people, we ain't taking. Now, why that baby outside the house with no socks and no hat on? Okay? It could be summertime. Why the baby ain't got no socks on? So we just got the boy to put socks on. He don't need no black card. Let him just be himself. He don't need to be a YN. Okay? For us to like him. Hi, Tiffany. Y'all don't jump scared on Tiffany, okay? I know the PFP. Don't do it. She was in here the other day. We already had a whole chat about it. So, y'all, I think that Jeremiah, a YN is a young nigga. You're welcome, Tiffany. Tiffany's sister sat her down and had a long conversation with her about that. And so she's been cared for in community about it. Period. Exactly, Shrek-Con. I'm like, not you, Nick Cannon, the person that is running around town, running around this damn U.S. continental states, making broken families, trying to be the moral compass on relationships. be quiet. I don't know if he was gonna say 404. One of my P tagged me on it. And so yeah, I can believe that, Huda, because again, he's the one that I thought would do that. I thought Jeremiah would be the one. Exactly. And especially specifically a dark-skinned black woman is getting praised for her beauty. Nick said, you've got 12 babies and no babes. The fact that he, in that one interview with that one psychologist, couldn't like name all the kids and their birthdays or whatever, like, sir, please be quiet. Yeah, I thought he was going to say like from Love Island or like some, I didn't think he was going to say 404, but it's funny to think. Hi, Millie Mae. I need to go watch it, y'all. So I think Jeremiah is definitely going to bring the tea tonight. I think that Nick is going to be funny, but also clocking it. I think that Ace is gonna clock it. I think he also is very sad. And what I think about Ace and Shelly is that what might happen is that we know that Shelly likes to be diplomatic. And we've already seen her sort of like stifle him in interviews before. I would not be shocked if that happened tonight. The only way I think it will not happen is if she decides that she wants to clock some shit. And so she makes some space for him to clock some shit. I hope she doesn't too. I think he deserves to be heard. And I think he deserves to get it off his chest as well, Anaya. I think that Clark is not going to have really too much of nothing to say. Taylor's going to do most of the talking for them. I think Hubcap is going to... I don't know if I think she's going to cry, y'all. We'll see. I think that she's going to try to keep it together. I think that Chris is definitely going to stand up for himself. Yeah, she's going to apologize with words, right? Sorry, y'all. I'm fidgeting. No, Pearly, I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it later. Yeah, exactly, Felicia. Apologize with no feelings. I think that we're going to... Oh, y'all, almost 300 people in here. Let's get to 100K real quick. We could do that. It's 283 of y'all in here. We could do that. That's easy. That's light work. I feel like at this point, Shrek Khan, she don't want it. If she ain't got it yet, she just doesn't want it. You know what I mean? If 404 does not have closure at this point, it's because she does not want it. And I think she's going to ride it as long as people allow her to ride it. Thank you, Monet, for tapping the screen. Thank you, Trini. Thank you, Christina, for joining. Thank you, Kay, for the likes. It only shows me some of y'all. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Ray. Do I think Elan will say something? I think Elan's only going to speak if he's spoken to. I don't think he's going to say anything on 404's behalf. Thank you, Small, for the likes. Thank you, Manjoma. Thank y'all so much for the likes. I think he's only going to say, bye, P. I'll see you later. I'll be back on after the reunion. I think he's only going to say something if he's spoken to. I honestly feel like I don't even know why they be inviting all them people. Because thank you, Monet, because what do y'all have to say? Like... What do y'all have to say? Yeah, I don't know. Huda, I agree. I think that Ace is going to... So, who do I think Ace is going to say? So I think Ace is going to say something to Jeremiah. He might hop in a little bit with Huda, but I could also see Shelly being like, let me handle that. I think he'll say something to... I think Austin is a good guess as well. Like everybody feels so like not memorable. I'm like, who was all there? I don't know if I think he's gonna say anything to anybody else. I think Jeremiah definitely has smoke for all of them three over there. Taylor, Ace, and Nick. Even though I know they work it out. But I think he's gonna have smoke for all three of them. Who else? I feel like that's Jeremiah's like biggest, and I hope he says something to Huda. I hope he and Chris say something to Huda. Now we know what's gonna happen is HQ is basically gonna say, oh, they're attacking her, they're bullying her, look at these men coming at her, as if she didn't do that shit to them all season. But whatever. Whatever. I hope they do. I think if Clark says anything, that will be the only thing she says something about is Coco. But Clark told us that she felt, when they asked like how they felt after the reunion, she was like the same, like regular. So I feel like she didn't really do anything. Clark is just very wet rag. Like it's not a whole lot there. And I don't know if that's really because she doesn't have any personality or if it's because of Taylor. I don't know. I can't tell. It's giving vanilla. And not even vanilla bean vanilla. Just like vanilla. Like vanilla extract in my ice cream vanilla. So we'll see. I think that, you know, honestly, I wish she would get from up under that man because I do feel like she could be better without him. But I don't think she sees that. Taylor, I think he's going to try to do his big one. And what I mean by that is I really think he's going to try to hop on other people's trains. More than he's going to have his own shit. I think he's going to be trying to hop on what other people are saying. Thank you, Monet. I think he's going to be trying to, you know, thank y'all for getting us to 100K, getting us over 100K. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I think Taylor is going to do. Oh, the full heart rate challenge. I think we're going to see a lot of cognitive dissonance online. I think a lot of people are, thank you, Pia. I think we're going to see a lot of cognitive dissonance online. Yes, Frankie, where a lot of people still just act like, oh, it doesn't mean anything because they cannot allow themselves to take in more information and for it to mean something. They're committed to what they believe and that's it. It cannot change. It cannot change. And I think all of us in the public that already knew, thank you, Huda. I think those of us in the public that already knew are going to be like, yeah, like we already knew that. I think what will happen is a lot of people at the reunion, primarily Shelly, will feel vindicated. You know who I do hope says a lot? Y'all are probably going to be shocked by this. You know who I hope says a lot? Andreina. Because that girl right there, she going to say what she want to say. I don't care how y'all feel about it. So I want her to talk. Because I trust her the most to tell the truth. She be like, yeah, I don't care. This is what it was. I don't care. I don't care how you feel about that. Okay, thank you for tagging me in it. I'll watch it and give y'all my thoughts. Yeah, like, I want to hear it. Yeah, I want to hear it. Love Island Games. I could see Andreina going to Love Island Games. And I will tell you, I can only speak to the USA cast because I don't watch the other ones. I don't watch Australia and UK. I could see Andreina going to Love Island Games. I could see... if he were invited. Well, okay, do y'all want to... I'm going to tell y'all who I think would go if they got invited. Not people that I necessarily think would be invited. But who would say yes if they were invited. I think that Jeremiah would go. Actually, I don't think Jeremiah would go. I think Jeremiah had enough. I think that Chris would go because I think he still probably needs somewhere to live. I think that Brian would go because we now know he doesn't have a job, right? I think that Bella would go because she needs to do her big one. Okay, yeah, he said he declined. See, yeah, I think he's had enough. I think that Andreina would go because I think she knows. Hi, Keisha Ann. I think she knows that, like, okay, I deserve a little bit more screen time. Yeah, ain't no way Brian and Chris is moving in with Nick. I think that all of the Casa boys, as far as like Zach with the K, Zach with the C, and JD would all go. I don't think that Elan would go if he got invited. Cause baby, when he left and went right back to work, he was like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm good, love and joy. I'm gonna go on about my business. You know what? I don't know if I think Coco would go unless she thought she was gonna go back and redeem herself. But I think that she got so much smoke after saying what she said on that podcast that she may not want to be in the public eye no more in that same way, where they could pick her apart like that. And with the public being the ones that are voting, I don't know if she will want to do that. I actually don't. I think, okay. Yeah, I think she's probably over it. You know what I mean? Such a beautiful girl on the outside. So beautiful. And y'all, I don't know who's actually being invited. I'm just telling you whether or not I think they would go if they got invited. Anaya, because why does she say that? That was indicative of the inside. Why would you say that? You feel me? Brian and Zach would be good drama together. Yes, Jules, they're asking who I think would go if they were invited. I think that as far as like OGs that are single, and I know not all of these are OGs, some of these were bombshells. I don't think Pepe would go. I don't think Iris would go. I don't think any of I don't think Amaya would go. Well, hold on. Amaya might go if she got invited. I think Amaya might go. If she got invited, I could see her going. Actually. I could see Hannah going. I don't think Pepe would go. I don't want Amaya to do any more dating shows unless they involve screens between her and the person. So like a Love is Blind or Married at First Sight, like something where she can't hop on top of somebody and they really have to build the connection. Amaya needs a man that is interested in her actual brain and her as a person. She deserves a man that's like that about her. Not one that's going to reduce her to just, she's fine, let me hop on her and keep her from talking. You know what I mean? I would love something, if she were to do another love-based show, something like that would be good for her. Yeah, I know she said that she's done, but if she were going to, that is what I would, not a Love Island Games, or Bachelor, nothing like that. I think Janae would be willing to go if they invited her. I don't think she should though. The reunion, if you have Peacock, the reunion comes on, what time zone are you in, Base? Huda, I actually could see that. Oh shit, Base, I can't help you. Okay, so I'll give you Eastern time. Eastern time, if you have Peacock, it'll be on at 8:30. Otherwise, if you don't, it'll be 9 o'clock. But it comes on a half hour early on Peacock. Thank you for converting it, Rachel. They didn't say that it's in parts, Frankie, but they're going to piss me off if not. Yes, they uploaded early on Peacock. I think some people watch it on the actual channel. Doesn't it come on like CBS or something? I don't know. I ain't had real TV in a long time. I only have streaming services. Hi, Deshaun. Yeah. So it's like almost a half hour earlier. You know what, Team Candy? Always the only one. Yeah, I thought it was NBC. Okay, thank you. The only one that I think, hi Ray, would potentially hold Taylor accountable is Nick. Are you sure? Because doesn't Love Island UK also show on CBS? Because I watched that on Hulu and I feel like it shows on CBS. And I know that not everybody sees it a half hour beforehand usually. Because I know that when I was watching the season in real time, Love Island USA in real time on Peacock, a lot of people weren't watching it until a half hour later. Love No 89, yes, I do think that. The only reason why I think that Nick would be the one to do it is because it's NBC. Thank you. The only reason why I think that Nick would do it at this point, right, is because they've had all these interviews. I guarantee he and Alandria had been having he was going back to her talking about them interviews. I guarantee they were having conversations. And I do think that he's already checked Taylor privately, but I think certain things are going to come up, right? Whether Nick brings it up or not, the hosts are going to bring it up. And I would see Nick as the person that would say something back to Taylor about it. And I think at this point, Alandria would have given him the okay, because they had already always planned that the reunion was where they were going to clock that shit. You know what I mean? So I think that, I know it's going to get brought up, right? We know it's going to get brought up because it was a huge topic of conversation this season about how Taylor did Alandria, picking Clark, blah, 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 blah. And so I do think that both Alandria and Nick would be the ones to say something. What I'm curious about is whether or not they're going to ask Ace why he didn't say something about Taylor not being physically attracted to Alandria. I do think he's going to be respectful, but I do think he is going to say something. Like, because I tell y'all all the time, you could check people without cussing their ass out. You know what I mean? So I do think that he is going to check him. It's just, he ain't going to be like, get up, motherfucker, let's fight. Let's squirt, but like he is going to say something, I think. Pia, I think it's when he says things like, I love her, she's my sister, da 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 da, then it's like, okay, so that's how you do your sisters? So we'll see. We'll see, ultimately, it's not like I feel like he necessarily owed her anything, but it's the way that y'all choose to talk about each other. So then what does that mean? Are we just saying words and words don't mean things anymore? Like we just saying shit. You know what, Frankie? I don't think Taylor's going to apologize because he continues to not believe there's anything wrong with what he did from what we've seen even still post-reunion filming. I'm excited too, Tiffany. Exactly. Nick had no problem letting Hubcap know that he didn't want her there and called out her other behaviors he didn't like. So I don't think that he won't address it. I think he's capable. Yeah, he did mess up Nick's experience too. Let's talk about that. Nick telling him that he said, I told him every week that I was attracted to her. I wonder if that will come up, y'all. I wonder if it will come up in the context of you weren't attracted to her. So why, when I was telling you every week I was attracted to her, did you not make room for me to pursue her? But it may not, because I know that Nick has also said that he realizes he was like caught up in his own whirlwind of shit that was happening for him. And I do think if Taylor apologizes to anyone, it would be to Nick. Yeah, so we'll see, y'all. I do think, is there anybody else that I think will be a standout? I don't really think we'll hear much from Iris and Pepe, except in relationship to Hannah, TJ, and maybe Grayson. Like, Grayson might have some shit to say to Pepe based on what y'all told me. I haven't been able to find that anywhere, but y'all told me that Grayson said that her and Pepe had smecks in the villa. So if that's true, she might have some shit to say to him. Hannah also did cry. I still can't put my finger on. That is what the people are saying that Grayson said after she left the villa. I haven't found it yet. Pepe was like, Pepe said, from the window to the wall. He wasn't playing. I haven't seen it, but I'm going to be fair. Like, I don't follow that girl. So I don't know. You know? Do I think Charlie is actually upset about getting dumped? I think he believes it doesn't make sense, and he is right about that. Charlie, I really, you know, Jules, as far as what Charlie has to say, I think he's going to be like, Z. Pepe is balding. I think that Charlie is upset about why did I get dumped? Like, it doesn't make any sense, because he's right. It didn't make any sense. But I don't think Charlie is going to speak unless he gets spoken to. Oh, that's a good one, Frankie. Charlie would go on games if he got invited. I think Jeremiah gonna get in their ass. I think Hannah will have some things to say about it too. It's gonna be a little bit hard because 404 is not there. But the other three are. Hubcap, Alandria, and Shelly are there. And was Iris also in that vote? No, she was being voted on. I think that they will have to speak to that. I heard that he had 30 plus pages of evidence, but they wouldn't let him bring it in. See, that's why I said, listen. Okay, do y'all watch that show, The Ultimatum? Do y'all remember the girl that came on with the QR code on her nail? Come on, y'all got to step y'all game up. You gotta put the receipts into the QR code on the nails. Okay? Don't be bringing pages in here. We digital. Zaina was a queen for that. A queen. I loved her. And her little man, he wasn't shit. You know what, Jules? Yes, but you really think they wouldn't have? Really think they wouldn't have scanned his QR code? But Zaina was hilarious for that. She did her big one. She's so fine. Do you mean my fave Love Islander? Are you asking me who my fave Love Islander was? So tea, Jasmine. Zaina is so tea. Y'all probably thought this would be an easy answer, huh? My favorite Love Islander? That's actually a hard question for me. Not I want to give it to the queen. I'm only gonna do this season. I will do this season. I will say that my favorite Love Islander. Okay, definitely. I will. Y'all so funny for that. I will say Alandria. And the reason why I will give it to Alandria is because I really liked the way that she moved in the villa, as far as like, I could see the ways in which she had to compose and hold herself because of the experience of the villa as a dark-skinned Black woman. And when she was fucking up certain shit, she always had an ability to come back. That's your opinion, A. She had an ability to come back even when I don't think she owed apologies. I'm gonna keep it a buck. And to repair. You feel me? And I can respect that. And I can respect that, even though I wish that she had let herself be more of herself. I can appreciate how challenging that is as a Black woman on this platform, especially because she's 27 and knows how she's going to be received. So I can respect that, okay? The other person that I would say was my favorite from this season, honestly, y'all, it would be Hannah. It would be... Let me tell y'all why. Because she was so fucking fun. And I was just so exhausted by the villa at that point. Like, I was tired. Y'all are wearing me the fuck out. And so I had a lot of fun with Hannah when she was on my screen. You know what I mean? And she made me have fun with the villa again. And I appreciated how she kept it a buck with Oh Girl. You know? So if I was going to give two, it would be someone that made me feel more of like what the villa experience is supposed to feel like. A little bit fun, just there on her, you know, hot girl shit, you know, having a good time. But also can like hold the space of like, hey, get your shit together, homie. And then, you know, the person, she did give me a kid feeling. And then the person that I think had like a really tough time and maneuvered the villa so well despite it. And then if I had to pick a man, which I hardly ever pick a man as a favorite for anything. But if I had to pick a man, Jules, I said Hannah. Alandria and Hannah. If I had to pick a man, honestly, as my favorite, it wouldn't be Nick, y'all. It wouldn't. Oh, no, it wouldn't. And let me tell you why. Because I couldn't really have fun with Nick in the villa because of how much 404 was draining the experience. Right? Because I can only go based off of like, yes, I really enjoy Nick. I like him outside of the villa. He's so fun. But just based on what I saw in the villa, he was so drained. And when I saw him, like, it was not fun always to watch him. Actually, Athena is right. Pepe would have been my fave in the villa. In the villa. I know Chicken Shawarma. In the villa, he would have been my fave. And the reason why is because he, to me, he was always such a quiet storm. Like, he was just so cool, calm, and collected. He had a lot of really good sense. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciated how he moved with Grayson, actually. wasn't mad that he was in there slinging that thing. Hey, if they want to catch it when he throw it, who am I to hate and judge? I also really appreciated hearing about him, like what he was doing on the outside. Jules. Because Pepe ain't even really, no shade, but I'm not really a light, bright kind of girl. I mean, he's very attractive. You know, he's an attractive man, but he wouldn't really be like, there was nobody on the season that would be like my type. Not for the men. Mm-mm. No, girl, it's not even about him like having a story. It's just like, if I had to hang out with somebody in that villa, it would be Pepe. If it was a man. The men were very tragic this season. Yeah, if I had to pick a favorite, the reason not Ace. Ace is a really big energy, and I'm a really big energy, and that could be fun until it's not. And I can see myself getting overstimulated and overwhelmed. Do I feel like this season was a good example of dating nowadays? No. Let me think. Period. That's what they needed. That's what they needed, was a tall, dark-skinned man in that villa. T. I mean, I think they all dated kind of differently. So I think it's hard to say like, oh, yes, this is a good representation, because I don't think that they all dated the same way in the villa, if that makes sense. No, Chris, no. MK. No. First of all, Chris is not quite dark enough to me. Z, I'm gonna mute you for a minute. Chris looks like Tyler Perry. That's crazy, Z. I can't. I'm not disagreeing. But you're crazy for that. Okay, I can't. Y'all are so funny for that. I think they all dated differently in that, like, right, we saw Ace do a lot of like performative dating with Shelly, but then also like not pretty much with anybody else that he, like, not Amaya. I mean, Yulissa was gone in 2 seconds, so she don't count, right? And not with Coco, right? So like maybe that is representative in that like guys will be talking to multiple girls, but they always gonna have a main. I think definitely Taylor gave a lot of like present day dating vibes. Like, again, I've said before, he definitely believes that he is the prize and wants to be the prize. I think the women gave, you know, when I think about it, y'all, like, really, it's not, dating is just not like so different today than it's ever been in the world, except for like the level of men they feel entitled to certain things that maybe would have been a little bit abnormal back in the past, right? Like we've talked about before on here. You know, yearning was like a common occurrence amongst men when it came to them courting women, at least, right? But I see a lot of those traditional values still showed up in the villa, as far as definitely the women holding on to some of those things. What else did I see? And I saw a lot of hookup culture. So I would say, like, yeah, in that way, like, yeah, it is pretty representative of like what we see in the real world. Pia said that Chris was overrated because he was stoic sometimes and more emotionally regulated. I would actually say that Chris was not emotionally regulated. He was emotionally stunted and avoidant. T, that's the part, right? And people were mad about it. So T said, women don't keep their options open. Shelly knows how to date. This is a critique that people have been mad about me saying, right? It's like everybody, like a lot of people's critique about Nick. Oh, he was this with Sierra and this with the Landry. And I'm like, y'all just all monogamously date. And that's cool, but not everybody dates like that. A lot of people date around until they find the person that they want to lock in with, and then they lock in. But most people nowadays, I will say, date very monogamously. And so that seems like a red flag to them. Oh, she was stringing along Austin. She just wanted Chris in the wings. Da 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 da. That's what dating is. But y'all are 12, so you don't know that, right? So now you're judging how the grown-ups actually date. Right? Yeah, that's why Miss Felicia said eventually she realized Nick did exactly what he was supposed to do by exploring. That's what you're supposed to do. And I've told y'all before, I work with the young people, and I think that the dating scene is actually going to get worse. Hi, Antoinette, welcome in. It's going to get worse because a lot of them will be in a talking stage for so long before they put a title on it. And I'm not even going to hold y'all. I feel the most like concerned about my girls doing that. My girls more than my boys, right? Because they will be in this talking stage with this boy that they need to be monogamously talking to for like 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And then they will be his girlfriend for a week. Why did you just give this person so much time out of your life for it to not work? You could have assessed that much sooner had you not let them keep you in the wings for so long. You wasting your time, especially because you're doing it monogamously. If they were talking to several people, I wouldn't feel like that. But they're making you feel like you're wrong, like you cheating because you're talking to somebody else. You're not even my boyfriend. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah. So that concerns me, is how much I see people in that long ass talking stage. And then by the time you get together, it's one and done. Like, baby, you could have figured that out 6 months ago. Nick was tame for the amount of options he could have had based on the way he looks. That's true. Do I see a rise in social anxiety? Yeah, anxiety is probably like the biggest thing that you'll see amongst like adolescents. A lot of them have a fear of being perceived, which is just like natural as a part of that developmental stage. They have what we call like the invisible stage, or like the invisible audience, where they're developmentally, they're at a stage of life where they feel like everything is being watched and they're constantly on a stage. Everybody's noticing everything about them. That eventually passes, right? It has to do a little bit with like how self-absorbed they are at that age. It's appropriate developmentally. How long should a talking stage last? I think it really depends on the person as far as like how forthcoming they are. But if y'all are having in-depth, long-ass conversations as children, right? That should be a few weeks. You either align with certain things or you don't. As an adult, it should only be a couple weeks before y'all are out on a date. And it should only be a few, and it obviously depends on how persistent the person is, but even that is information. Is it 3 months between every date they take you on? I mean, exactly, Z mentioned, it has only increased it. right? So what was already developmentally appropriate about that spotlight effect, right? That being on a stage, I have an audience all the time, is only worse now that social media exists, and they really do have an audience all the time. Oh, hold on. Oh, that ain't nothing. I thought that was something important, y'all. I thought that was something important coming through. Yeah, Pia, a lot of people need a little bit more support as to how they're dating in the real world. But y'all, I'm very excited for this interview. Or I guess it's not an interview, it's a reunion. It's kind of an interview. I am, Dominique. I'm excited for the reunion. I'm going to go watch the videos. I'm actually going to get off, Jules. So I'm going to go watch these interviews. I will be watching the reunion. I'm going to watch it when it comes on early. I'm not going to wait for when it's available to the whole public. And then I will be on live later tonight. Thanks so much, y'all, for joining the live. It was good to have a watch party with y'all. I will see y'all later this evening.